definitely on my way out, and I will make another video from the outside, but I just had to respond to this one. I can't help myself. But it is, I want to put the link to this video on there so you can see what it is that I'm talking about. But this girl is living in the Gulf, worked on the Gulf cleanup. Here's looking a mess. Shit. And she's friggin' dying. And I should watch what I'm saying. No, she's living, and she's part of her solution. God, do you ever hate watching yourself unless you're perfect? I ain't perfect, though. Suck it up. Anyways, I'm watching some of the insanity play out, because it's like, look at the tape. I'll put the link below. She's in the Gulf. She's dying. She's phoning up for help, and there is no help. And that's what I kept doing is I was believing in the system that they said that they were out there. So I used them, and I, was making phone calls, and then it's like, it's not going to be the toxic waste in your system that's going to kill you. It's the wait time that's going to kill you. It's the trusting in something and then finding out, oh, they weren't really there in the first place. And first of all, it's your government. You're going to trust in your government. You already seen that they were allowing all of this shit to happen. Not one of them put anybody in jail. The government did not make BP oil responsible in any way, shape, or form. They allowed them to put toxic poison in the air to disperse all of the oil so you can't see it. Governments forever have played this waiting game that, and they don't like to hear your phone calls, so they have a lot of recording messages. Press 1, press 2, press 3, and they all have these workers that are just there to do the job, but they can't do a job. They're like, yes, I understand we're killing you, but I'm sorry, you're in queue and we're doing our best to get to you. I mean, that's then it gets rejected just so you have to go right back in the front of the line again. It is a vicious circle of just put innocent people there that, they're not responsible or accountable. They're just there earning a living, answering your phone call, doing the best to try and solve your problem, which they are working under rules that say you can never solve these people's problems, but they don't really know that that's what the rule is. They're not really seeing that that's what the bigger picture is. So that's how we're all killing each other, is because we're not really being aware of what's going on. But this girl is making phone calls and posting them on YouTube so we all get to see something we never seen before. And yet we've always seen it. It's like we're looking for truth, but yet truth has been right there in front of you all along. You just didn't want to see it. But that's where I'm saying is, why trust something that you know for a fact doesn't work? Like, it is this awareness. It is this, you got to see what's in your head. No doubt this girl is saying there is no help, there is no help, and the universe is going to confirm there is no help. But as soon as she starts saying something like there is help, she'll start attracting areas that will actually be helpful. And, I went into different churches and said, there is no help, there is no help. And guess what? I walked into a church, there was no freaking help. So why would I walk into a church where I know there's no freaking help? Why would I open up a Bible when it doesn't give any answers? Like, gives some, but it'll guide you down the wrong. So it's like, why would I do that anymore? I'll start saying, I'm going to find a book that actually does solve some problems, and poof, a book shows up that actually does solve better problems. So it's not like you got to try and say things that, oh, I can trust my government, and all of a sudden government can be trusted. No, it's a matter of you being smart enough and saying, never been able to trust them before. Probably a cause why you can't trust government. Because it's probably all about self-government. We're not really seeing the contradictions that don't tell me what to do. I want to do what I want to do. And yet you're trying to get them to be there for you when you want them. And it's like, you can't have it both ways. You got to see the psychology going on with inside you. Nobody wants government to be responsible or accountable. We don't want government telling us what to do, which is why it's all breaking apart. It's saying, yeah, then you do it right yourself. So I really feel bad watching somebody in the Gulf, or now in Japan, or where any of these catastrophes are going. You're going to be the victim of something that's just going to be next to destroying your health and your very existence, and then you're going to believe in a non-profit or a church or a government or somebody coming to save you. Be disappointed most of the time if that happens. So it is a matter of saving yourself. It's like when there's a whole pile of Jews that were being burned alive, some of them did survive. What was going on in their minds that made them be the ones that survived against all other odds? That's the way you want to think. You want to think outside the box. You don't want to go in the direction where you need to trust in these people because they should. That's what they get paid for. It's like at some point in time you got to wake up and saying, no, they ain't doing that. Nobody's actually doing a job. Why? Because evil is like controlling the planet right now. And God always wins. So it's, first of all, you do have to sort of declare out in your world that there is help. Because the people in the Gulf, yeah, there's a ton of help, but if you ain't looking for it, you will never ever find it. But it is there. And there are solutions to every single problem on this planet. You just got to have faith and trust in your fellow man that somebody's smarter than you. That if you don't think you can clean up the air from all of this Japan and nuclear shit that's in the ocean and in the air, if you think that we can't clean that up, it's just because you don't know how to clean it up. But somebody on this planet does, and they kind of need your help. They need support and love and say, we want you. And then they'll show up because they are in existence. It's just not safe for them to show up because you don't really want them there. You're not willing to do what it does, and it's just a matter of enough people saying, hey, yeah, we do want this, we support this. We want to see the line of who isn't the one that's supporting it. Like, show your face, But there is, Dr. Wolf, for one, was poisoned with high-grade uranium and cured himself. And it wasn't government, it wasn't the corporate world, he saved himself. And pretty sure this guy's willing to share what he knows. He's stuck in a few beliefs that he's not making it really loud so you can hear him. You got to find him, just the same as I did. I was opening up, yeah, I know the answer to this, and there's going to be science that confirms it, proof it showed up, and I've seen it. So that's the same thing that we all got to learn. If this girl who I subscribe to, whether she's listening to me, may not be the focus. She's probably focused on there are no answers, she'll never see my video. But here's a video that says there are answers. You could get healthy. You don't need to die from this. But don't go down the path of everything you know doesn't work. And yeah, you could put it on a tape, but who the hell do you think you're telling that to? There's millions of us that have already walked down that path. Everybody that's lost in a legal suit from how many hundreds of years, how many people that were slaves. Look at gangs, look at people that have lost their houses, people that have been homeless. Look at Katrina, look at Haiti. I mean, how many catastrophes do you have to go through before you're the one that just woke up to this? But years ago, when the first people that have suffered from it seen what's happening. And I believe there are no mistakes because, there are people that are enjoying their boats and their houses and, their rich, glamorous life, just like you were before the Gulf came up, before there was even an oil spill. Pretty sure you were enjoying your life very much. You didn't really give too much of a shit about the wars and people that were getting killed for your oil, or why there were gangs. I mean, how much did you go out of your way for anybody that was living in poverty in the world? You weren't. You were enjoying your stuff. That was the creation of everything that was bad. So people that, you would love your tapes to get to, so you will be warning the guy ahead of you that says, this is what's happening to me, you're next. Well, don't work that way, because those people aren't listening to your tapes, The only people that are listening to your tapes are people that it's happened to before. And, I mean, I could be wrong, but I doubt some really, really rich guy is watching your tapes. I don't think somebody in BP Oil is saying, oh, is that how our system is really running? Like, we're really not helping people when we really mean to be helping people? Somehow I don't see that happening. Somehow the only people I see that are watching your videos are people that are in alignment and saying, yeah, finally, somebody's speaking up. But it's not a new story. It is a story that if you can keep your peace and tell it, then it's so beneficial, like, because we just aren't aware to this shit, that it does look like like, I'm really, really grateful that you are taping it, but it's just, look at this reality that nothing you are taping is actually real. You're just documenting and be aware of it. But there is more things that the right people aren't going to be seeing what you're documenting. Nobody's listened before. That's why I was really pissed off, is you could say all of this shit, but the right people aren't listening to it. And ultimately, you do have kids to look after, and you don't want to be the one that's dead. So it is you being the solution to your problems, you healing your health problems, asking those questions, showing up, healing yourself, and then, you know what, introducing it to other people that are in the same boat as you, because we need to do some transformation, and it means that it's got to start with the ones that are suffering from it, learn how to transform something, and then put it out and transform your whole area. You know, there's so many things wrong, but I don't think anybody quite knows what's wrong. You know damn well oil is the thing that's destroying you. Your whole area in the Gulf has been refinery and polluting your whole friggin' area, that now you're just giving licenses out for everybody else to keep drilling oil. And it's like, at what point in time are you going to say, this is wrong and we need to stop it, and you need to get yeah, a lot of people are going to be out of work in your area if they are not doing oil field related work, but that's why you've got to introduce something that's more beneficial than oil. Give them a different type of job to be doing, one that actually solves a problem, and then they'll take those jobs, because everybody at the end of the day just needs to feed their family. But there is no way to feed your family by doing the right thing. So we do need to sort of create those jobs that are the right things and said, hey, come work with me. We actually solve problems here. So, and there's some really insane, really wealthy, artists that seem to be, they're saying that they really do care and shit like that, but they don't really care. They're only looking after their own main interest. Some of them that are definitely involved in the Gulf. Brad Pitt, for one. But he's just interested in his own friggin' architecture, but he has the potential to make some massive change. His wife adopting all of these kids, it's like, if they're really, really interested in the care of, kids and lifestyles, hell, they could have been donating money to the families that, they took the kids from. Like, the amount of wealth that these people have, if they only donated, if they were going to adopt one child, the amount of money that they're spending on that one child in their really, really filthy rich lifestyle, if they actually just donated that same amount of money to that family that's living in poverty, then, they can transform, that money into caring for their whole entire family, and not just the one person, the one child that they took. So I have big problems with Angelina Jolie adopting a lot of kids. All you're doing is stealing children away from families. You're making, by your own lifestyle, your wealthy lifestyle, you have to create that level of poverty, that level of war, where a family thinks it's better to give up your kids. So it is the wealthy that are creating the situation in the first place. And then, generally, like good Christians, take your kids thinking that, oh, you can offer your kids better opportunities. Like, no. If you can be able to afford to have, adopt a child, then, you know what? Go in and solve the cause of the reason why this child needed to be adopted in the first place. Otherwise, you are sustaining everything that's wrong. You are agreeing to everything that's wrong, and you're just trying to be the hero of, hey, this is a better direction. Let's go to the causes, the root causes of why all of this shit is wrong, and let's see the change there. You know, some of these people with a lot of money, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, they could be doing better shit with their money, you know, influencing change. You know, to clean the friggin' air and planets, you know, don't be concerned with the building, concerned with what you're going to eat and what you're going to drink and what you're going to breathe. Might be a better direction. Peace out.